All right, it's time to see who lost my vote this week. Nice work. All right, Scott Walker, you lost my vote because of the way you answered this question.
If there were a band that was going to play the soundtrack to your life, what would that band be?
Van Halen.
That's fine. If you stopped there, you would have had my vote, but you didn't.
Doesn't matter whether it's David Lee or Sammy, either one.
That's where you lost me. It doesn't matter if it's Dave or Sammy. America cannot afford to have a president that waffles on this issue between two singers. I'll tell you what the difference is between Dave and Sammy, sir. It's the difference between getting my vote and losing my vote. And you, Scott Walker, have lost my vote. Tucker, I was a huge fan of Scott Walker, but there, you have to understand Van Halen with David Lee Roth is different than Van Halen with Sammy Hagar. That's idiotic.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's insane.
It's pushing the limit. I completely agree with that. I mean, this is not a small thing either.
No, it's not a small thing. Imagine, Sergeant.
50-year-old men from California who are upset about it.
No, you know what? It's like not knowing the difference between Sunni and Shia, Joey.
Some days are Sunni and some days are Shia.
That's true.
That's how it goes.
I don't even know what that means.
You have to write it out.
Okay.
It's a veteran thing, I guess.
Okay.
But listen, it's not Journey or AC/DC where you could literally say it kind of sounds the same. It's different, and so I'm appalled. That's why I stick with REO Speedwagon, and I just take it on the run.
Wow, very good, nice. Joanne, you weren't born when Van Halen was at their peak, but let me explain it to you. Sammy Hagar was in a band called Montrose during the early 70s. He was quite young, very, very talented singer. Then he had a solo act, and he did a song called Red, which I happen to like. Then when they had a falling out with David Lee Roth, Sammy jumped in, and Sammy was okay, but they were heavy on the synthesizer. I wasn't a fan of that, and then they had a falling out. I prefer to ignore that part of the Van Halen oeuvre.
I prefer to just ignore this topic completely. You know who lost my vote this week?
Who?
Was Marco Rubio, because on Special Report, I believe he pronounced Chipotle. Chipotle.
Yes.
He did it wrong, and that is wrong. Lost my vote.
Well, wait a minute. He is, he has Hispanic heritage, or he's Cuban.
Yeah, and he should know better.
Well, maybe he's right and you're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you might be wrong. Let me get KT in. KT, I don't even know if you understand who Van Halen is and how important they are.
No, I don't understand. I don't care. I know it's something that dads who are trying to be cool say they like.
No. Dads are trying to be cool. They like Nirvana. And they wear vintage
I like
shirts.
Nirvana. I love Nirvana. My mom took my Nirvana CDs away when I was 15. She thought they were making me sad. But now I'm allowed to listen to it whenever I want.
Ah, that's nice. And now, you know what's funny? You're really a sad person now.
Turns out I was just born that. I was just born that way.
Yeah, that's true. Liberal panel, I'm going to test you. Can you name all of the Van Halen singers?
Well, first of all, I'm only a fan of spoken word folk music.
That's true.
That's all I listen to. Van Halen is the soundtrack of alcoholism. But go.
All right. Wait, can anybody answer this? David Lee Roth, Sammy Hagar, Gary Cherone. Do you remember Gary Cherone from Extreme?
Yeah.
And then there's one left. Mitch Malloy, who came in the 90s right after Sammy Hagar. I don't think he ever recorded with him. It was kind of sad. Before we go to a break, I want to ask you something, Sergeant. Bo Bird-Dog was picked up like at a pot farm or something. Did you hear about this?
I did, yeah. Well, if he's been to Afghanistan, he's seriously underperforming because the gallons and tons of black tar that I had to burn, there's a serious opium problem there. So it's pot is his flavor. But in all seriousness, this guy's responsible for American deaths. That's how I feel about it. I take big issue with the fact that he's even allowed the opportunity.
Yeah, it's amazing. All right, we'll close things out discussing weird flavors for potato chips. But first, let's check in with our live studio audience. Quick show of hands, everybody. How many of you are planning on buying a calendar featuring nothing but shirtless pictures of me? Wow. Looks like a big pre-order.